Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm Regard Major, and this is a review of Hms Gallant, the premium Tier 5 British destroyer. Now, Hms Gallant is a member of the G and H class destroyers, and for a good technical history of them, I recommend Dragon for Now and his 5-minute guides, carded top right now. But a little bit of background on Hms Gallant. In game, she's represented in her early 1940s fit. The reason why I say that is during the evacuation of Dunkirk, she was damaged and then went into refit because of it, where her rearmost torpedo launcher was replaced with an anti-aircraft gun. So that's why, because she's still got her rear-mounted torpedo launchers. After her refit, she was transferred to Force H, working at Gibraltar, where she took part in a number of the Malta convoys. However, she was hit by a mine during one of these convoys and ended up being towed into the Grand Harbour at Malta, where she was being repaired. Unfortunately, she was bombed while in harbour, and therefore it meant that the repairs were no longer economical. That Helena is pushing in, maybe? Maybe we'll just make sure that he doesn't want to. We'll do 4 torpedo launchers. In fact, I'm even going to just do this. And just make sure I'm pointing out to the objective ready to run. Because my detectability is 5.6, I think. Oh nice, my teammate torpedoed me. So this is a game of domination on the waters on the enemy team Japard and Valkyrie, which are spotted in the middle. Aoba, Leander, Damas, Pensacola, Helena, Vian, and Nelson, I should say. Oh, Helena's coming in. Time to run. So let's go over the stats of Hms Gallant in game. Now, survivability, you have the lowest HP at the tier in comparison to the tech tree destroyers, and your armor's pretty average for the tier. It's nothing amazing though. It's still quite thin. What's that? Ooh, Nelson. Nelson wants torpedoes. I am falling back, thank you. Going on to the artillery, as you're seeing at the moment, look at B turret and you'll see that it has just swished from the left to the right. That's one of the nice things about the Gallant, is that her B turret does do a 360. So you have 4.7-inch guns. So you have X and Y turret at the rear with X turret super firing, and you have A and B turret at the front with B turret super firing and 360ing. You have the smallest caliber for the tier, you have the shortest range, we have a short range I should say, you have a decent reload speed, it's the second fastest at the tier, you have low HE and AP damage per the shell, which also then means you have low HE and AP DPM. I don't think, I'm going to keep you honest, but in reality what I really want is some quick torpedoes out on the Nelson before I get detected. I should break off soon. There we are. Oh, I now got a Frenchie to deal with, and cruisers supporting. Not too keen on that. Now you have an average fire chance per shell, which then means you do have an average fires per minute with those shells. Going on to the torpedoes, you have 2 quadruple mounts. As you saw, you can sequentially launch them, but you can also do a narrow band, I would say, although it's called wide band in game. That cruiser's stalking me. I should be alright to actually nip in there and contest it for a little bit and tie them up. Now, these torpedoes do have the second highest torpedo damage at the tier. You have an average reload time per tube. That's what I like to always compare it as torpedo reload time per tube. That's basically the time for the launch to reload divided by the number of tubes. I think that's easier to compare, really. Now, with these torpedoes have a 1.3 kilometers detectability and 8 kilometer range, which is quite decent. It's a good enough range. It's good enough for what you need it to do. So yeah, all in all, the torpedoes are pretty average stuff. Maneuverability, this is an interesting one. You have a fast rudder, you have a quick acceleration, that's just based on personal experience. So you have the tightest turning circle at the tier, and you have an average speed. So it's only really your speed which is Mr. Average. Concealment, you're just better than average, so it's not super amazing stuff. You're not going to be super stealthy like a Fubuki, but you should be seeing most of your threats before they see you, unless they've got like really strong commander builds. Now, all in all, what does this actually mean, like in comparison to the Icarus, which, if you think about it, really is the kind of destroyer that you're going to be matching yourself up against, because you're British and you kind of want to compare, like, what is the Gallant getting me over the Icarus? Well, the Gallant is getting you 100 less health points, 100 meters less gun range, 2 less torpedo tubes. You're 0.5 knots faster, and your B turret 360s. So the next question is, well, that doesn't sound really that amazing in comparison to Gallant. Well, Gallant to Icarus. Icarus sounds like the slightly better destroyer, and I kind of agree with you there. I think Icarus isn't strong. Well, Icarus is stronger. Gallant's not really super strong. You're getting her more because you might be a Royal Navy collector, or maybe you are just looking for something ever so slightly different. And that difference is probably down to the consumables. You get 2 engine boosts, which give you plus 8% speed for 120 seconds with a 180-second reload. So what this means, it takes your base speed from 36 knots to 38.9 knots. I'm not going to torpedo that Helena, he's just coming around that corner far too... Oh, okay. I wasn't going to say far too slow. What I might do, I might just keep him honest. I'll give him 1. That's what I like about the British. You don't always have to waste all your torpedoes, just 1 will do sometimes. So the engine boost is quite nice for a British destroyer, considering your speed is average. Being able to have that little bit of nippiness to race over to a certain spot on the map is quite nice. Then your smoke screens. Now these are exactly the same as the smoke screens that come on the Fubuki. These have a 20-second duration, a 180-second dispersion, and a 240-second reload. I'm kind of half expecting their French destroyer to turn up, but I'm now starting to get concerned that the Helena is going to come charging around that corner. So the nice one is with B turret is you are able to keep 3 guns on a tail chase if you need to, but you still have to stand quite broad in order to do it. Yeah, Helena's coming at me, isn't she? Like, instinctively I don't want to have to abandon Alpha, but I just feel like it's a bit risky of me hanging out here. I might try and chance my arm a bit longer, but I'm just going to make sure that I've got an escape route which is going to be straight ahead of me. Now, obviously, the nice one here with Gallant, as you can see, is she does come with a permanent camouflage, the Type 9 permanent camouflage. This does reduce your detectability by 4.5% and increase incoming dispersion by 4.5%, so that's quite a nice one. You don't have to spend a camouflage when you take her out. Modules wise, I have taken aiming systems and propulsion mod, but the modules used and the commander build used during this game is going to be down in the description. Traits wise, her traits are that she has sequential launching torpedoes, which is that British trait of being able to fire 1 torpedo at a time, and then she's classified as having big yield torpedoes. I guess that kind of makes sense because you do have the 2nd highest torpedo damage of the game, but you have the same torpedo damage as the Icarus, and the Icarus doesn't have the big yield trait, which is strange. So whether the torpedoes are exactly the same, because from the stats they provide they are exactly the same, or if there is an ever so slightly difference or something. Oh, there's the Helena. No. Can I torpedo the Nelson? No. that Helena's doing the right thing. This is the thing, I cannot complain. The Helena's doing the right thing. He's contesting the objective, try and hold the game out a bit longer. I'm just now got to be slightly more concerned about suddenly having brown pants, because he come around the corner at any moment and I don't quite have any backup. And he's got 15 6-inch guns, which will just slam an absolute world of pain into the side of me. Now, the trait the Icarus has, which I think the Gallant should have as well, is Agile, because they both have exactly very similar rudder shift times. There's my brown pants moment. Oh, he fluked that. Go on, Torpedoes, that'd be much appreciated. Ah, yes. I know that the Frenchie's in here as well, so I'm just going to nip back in and contest. Get my guns out to my right side. We could go hunting him, but we've won this very, very soon. So Gallant is available in the store for 10,000 doubloons on her own, or you can get her as a part of a big bundle for 17,500. This gives you a special HMS Gallant flag. He's weak, but he's not. It also gives you a UK commander crate, 20 promotion orders, and booster flags. Is HMS Gallant worth it? I don't think so. It pains me to say it, because I've enjoyed her. But I don't think if you're looking for a strong destroyer, get the T-61. Let's be honest. If you just if you're a Royal Navy collector like myself, or you're a collector of ships, then yeah, get her. Why not? I mean, she's not a bad ship. She's just not a great ship, and she doesn't offer anything massively different that's not already out there. She's basically just an Icarus with Japanese consumables. Is the best way to put it. Icarus with Japanese consumables. 10,000 doubloons. I've enjoyed having her. I'm going to enjoy keeping her, I should say. But she's hard to justify. If you're looking for something, you were like, I want something massively different, or you want something that's going to be strong out there. But HMS Gallant, she's not a strong ship. Don't expect people to go in, oh, the Gallant is overpowered. You're not going to be hearing that, let's be honest. Okay, so that was a very, very slow game, doing lots of contesting. Only got the one kill, which was the Helena, which came out and absolutely wrecked me, but then decided to sail same speed ahead, broadside on, and sailed into the first batch of torpedoes I launched off. You saw I spread him back for if he slowed down, and he didn't, so he kind of... Well, he was kind of asking for that. He knew there was a torpedo boat because he shot me, and also got a torpedo hit on the Nelson. So it's only 14,000 damage. Came fourth on the team. Oh, that's fair enough. Quite a nice, quiet game actually. Allowed me to get through the review quite nicely, and made a pretty penny. The ship service cost is only 30,731, which is for a tier 5 premium. They discount it a little bit because it's a premium ship, so she can be a nice money maker because of the lower ship cost, or ship service cost I should say. Well, if you If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. If you have any of your own game captures that you would like to submit for commentary or for what I call sea trials, like tactical overlays, our email address is down in the description, along with the ship modules and the commander build used during this game. If you are already subscribed, I'd like to say thank you very much, guys, for your continued support and contribution. I've been the Galloping Major, and back to the port.